we flush the sheath free of contrast so that we can see the device advancing. The wire is in good position. Our outer sheath is much further down than we need. And now we'll ask for magnification to the same view as our reference image. And let's do one more mag. Okay, and that's about the same as our reference image. So, this is where you want to spend your contrast that you might have been saving up. Okay, so I'll always introduce the Viator about a centimeter further than I imagine is necessary. I want to be able to walk it back. And that's the case now. We know from that hepatic vein picture that we did in our tractogram that that's further than we need. And now I'm going to unsheath the device. So I'm going to pin the Viator. My partner has the wire in place. You can see it curled at the bottom of the screen on purpose, immobile, and the leading end of the device is now free. And I know that that's more call than I need, but I'm going to bring it back to the marker band, and now the remaining portion is covered by APTFE. We know that it's too low, but here's the key point. I can inject in the track now and demonstrate that vein and walk the device back up to that point. I don't trust a feel of a catch. I don't think it is as certain as this very step, which is injecting and showing you that I've got the junction of the PTFE exactly at that portal vein branch. Ahead of it is the bare end. We're going to have trans-stent perfusion of that branch. Or if we needed to sacrifice the little branch, we could cover it. But we don't want to cover portal vein unnecessarily and limit flow. Now, with that there and a little bit of tension on it, I'm going to bring the sheath back and assess the top. And there's our top end. Let's store flora. And let's run that flora. And we'll stop it there. On a right picture. Great. So you can see the trailing marker band is very close to the hepatic vein ostium. And that's close enough for me in this particular patient. But with that, I'm still going to bring the device back a little bit further during deployment. So let's put that reference image over to the other screen. Nothing has changed in orientation. And now what I'm going to do is bring the outer sheath back to the position that I think I want to deploy it, and a little bit further back. I can inject a little bit more contrast here and see that there's the entry side. And I recognize that the entry into the hepatic vein, that we're not in perfect profile, and there's the marginal branches. So I can actually be back a little bit more. I'm going to bring the Viator back to the mouth of the sheath so that its trailing end is inside of it. I really don't want to be in the cava, but for a couple of millimeters. And I know the device is going to land and seat downwards a little bit. So I've drawn it back. I'm not worried about the bottom end, the little bit of bare stent there, but we're in good position, I think, at the top. So I'm going to keep a little bit of light tension on the device, bring the sheath completely out of the way. You can see that I'm now remote, and device deployment. Thank you. Have you got it firmly? So if you'll hold and the hub with your hand so that it won't move when I pull. Usually I'll just hold this under my arm, but because we're trying to keep this open to you on camera, we're doing this as a two-person procedure and holding it this way. So I've got the device pulled a little bit back on purpose there, and now I'm going to release it. There we are. Okay, we'll capture that. Now, very important, we don't want to hit the trailing cephalic end of the device with the sheath. So the first thing I'll do is I'll bring the sheath out of position. There's no reason to knock it. And that's the release. So sheath is in the atrium. Let's lessen the mag, and let's back out the device. Go back to our lower mag so we can keep track of our wire. keep our dose low, wait for the wire.